Well, hello, Ryan Heinz here. I'm going to be instructing your Greek course starting here September 8th, just a couple of weeks. But I just wanted to take a minute and put together a little video, just kind of maybe explaining the method to my madness based on a statement I made in an email I sent out in regards to the course textbook. And one of the statements I made was that those of you who really want to be successful in this course, that I would encourage you to start now working through mounts. I know it's the summer, and I know that you're probably cherishing these last few weeks before you take on the beast that is Greek. But those of you who really want to do well are going to be proactive in your studies, in Greek in general. And so those of you who are going to do well and want to do well, I would highly encourage opening up your Mounts text and really familiarizing yourselves with chapters 1 through 5, especially the alphabet and the pronunciation guide. In my experience in Greek, I took Greek in undergrad, I took Greek for my master's degree. In interacting with students on our Michigan campus who go through Greek, also helping assist in teaching one of our advanced level Greek courses on our Michigan campus. One of the things I've noticed is that students who struggle with the language never seem to have a good handle on the alphabet and pronunciation. It's almost as if on the front end, if students don't really nail these two things down, it kind of stunts their development in Greek because they're not confident to read, they're not confident as they talk about the language simply because they don't have the basic alphabet and pronunciation down. Another reason that knowing the alphabet, knowing the proper pronunciation, and when I talk about alphabet, I don't just mean the letters of the Greek alphabet, I also mean diphthongs and how to pronounce diphthongs, how iota subscripts work, so when you come across these things you aren't thrown off guard. But so the alphabet and pronunciation is key also for memorizing vocabulary. Another area where I see students who really struggle through Greek is they never memorize most of the basic and most important words of the Greek language. And I think a lot of their lack of memorization is attributed to never really learning the alphabet and pronunciation. Because to me, and what helped me is memorizing Greek vocabulary is a lot like developing what athletes call muscle memory. When an NBA basketball player or college basketball player shoots a jump shot, oftentimes they rely on muscle memory. They don't have to think, okay, where do I have to place my elbow? Okay, how do I have to release my wrist? Things like that. They've shot the ball so many times and they've trained themselves to just catch the ball and just shoot and trust that their muscle memory will guide their arm in the same motion every time they shoot. And the same is true for Greek vocabulary. If you're trying to memorize a word, let's take the word agape for example, which means love in the Greek language. But if you haven't developed pronunciation memory, you might pronounce the word differently every time you read it, which is going to make it harder for you to memorize the word. If at one time you say, okay, agape, that means love, and then you come across the word again, agapa, that means, wait, what is agape? That looks like love. Okay, yeah, love. The next time you come across the word agape, and you mispronounce it every time, it's going to be hard for you to develop pronunciation memorization in order to memorize vocabulary. So, the sooner you can nail down your alphabet, diphthongs, iota subscript, the sooner you can nail down pronunciation, the easier the language is going to come to you on the front end. In fact, as soon as you nail down the alphabet and pronunciation, you can actually open your Greek text and read the Greek text from cover to cover. You won't understand it, but you could read it from cover to cover. And so it's really important going forward for those of you who want to do well in the class, for those of you who aren't really sure about the whole language thing and you're not a language person, it's going to be really important for you especially to open up your Mounts text, In the next couple weeks, before we actually kick things off on September 8th, open up your Mounds test and memorize the alphabet. Learn the alphabet, learn how to pronounce it, and even start learning how to pronounce some and memorize some vocabulary words. The sooner you develop these really basic skills of the Greek language, the more confident you're going to be going into the course and dealing with the text. And once you know those things, you can kind of put them aside, because once you have them, you have them. And then you can really focus on the things like noun systems and verb systems, which we're going to encounter throughout the course. Noun systems, especially in these first 14 weeks or 15 weeks. So that is my word of wisdom to you. If you have any questions, feel free to give me an email, drop me an email, and I'd be happy to dialogue with you. Have a great day.